I have been asked by so many people to do this video. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time. I sounded like Darth Sidious then from Star Wars. Maybe let's not go that low pitch next time. Let's roll on the video. After reviewing the TaylorMade Stealth Hybrid, I had so many people comment on my video, which was great, asking me to compare these two hybrids against my 2-iron. As I said in the video, go ahead and comment down below to let me know if you'd like me to do a comparison between these two clubs, because I've been considering going back to a hybrid. Here's the video. Just before we get started, we need to make sure and understand that these two clubs are designed to do different things. The hybrids are designed to have a higher trajectory, designed for more forgiveness off the face, more backspin off ball, which is going to again make it go higher, meaning that the balls aren't going to go as far as a 2-iron UDI, which I use currently, which has a penetrating ball flight because it's a lower loft. You've got a smaller face, which makes it less forgiving, and it's going to go a much further distance because it's designed to produce less backspin. So that's being said, let's dive into what I thought of these two different clubs on the range, on the golf course, and on the GCQUAD. Let's start off with the GCQUAD, as this was the first video I actually produced, basically looking at the spin rates, and I found a massive difference in spin rates between these two hybrids compared to the 2-iron UDI. The hybrids had a spin rate of 5,000 spin at times, which was an awful lot of spin for such a low lofted club, whereas on the other hand the 2-iron tended to go around that 3,000 spin rate, so straight away 2,000 RPM difference is going to translate into the difference I saw in the distance. So with the hybrids, they were going around 250, 260 yards, whereas the 2-iron, I nearly pumped a 3 out to 290 yards, on average being 278 with this, and with those on average 257. So 20 yards total distance of a difference between these two. As I mentioned at the start of the video, the two differences there with the spin rates and their total distances. As I made my way out onto the driving range, I wanted to have a look mainly just to see what the ball flights were like with these two clubs, and to actually really try and get a feel for how forgiving these two different clubs were. With the hybrids, although they're very similar, I saw two completely different results on the ball flight, which I was quite astonished about. And it's quite interesting actually, because in the actual video I did on these two hybrids, I didn't like this one at all compared to the normal one. Whereas on the range, I don't know whether it's because I got used to looking down the club, the less forgiveness off the face for a hybrid, but that one performed so much better. I found that with the normal Stealth, they were going a little bit too high for me, with that slightly offsetted face at address position, which for me, I completely hate, to be honest with you. It kind of looks like the club face is massively shut with loads of loft, so for me, being a drawer of the ball, it's just going to go straight left, and that is exactly what I saw with the normal Stealth. I hit a couple of really good strikes, however they did seem to go a bit to the left. And even when I tried to hit fades at that club, I was still hitting pulls, which was not good at all. I mean, I hit the odd few with a little bit of a fade when I managed to catch it right out the heel, but no center strikes. With the Stealth Plus, on the other hand, the first few shots I hit with that were straight down the middle. You could see in the air that the ball was carrying a lot further in distance, probably because the weight at the back of the head is put more to the front, which is going to help reduce the spin, and for me, being a fast hitter of the ball, it's going to help me get a little bit more distance from that, whereas with the normal hybrid, it's just going to go too high up in the air and become uncontrollable. I also noticed with this is when I actually try to make a few shot shapes, the draws and the fades, I could play both very, very comfortably, which is very difficult usually for me to do. The draw I'm absolutely fine with because I am a natural drawer of the ball, but with the fading of the ball, I usually struggle. So I really opened up my shoulders, opened up my stance in relation to the target line, and was able to produce those fades. I'm only considering this just because in case I'm not liking the look of a shot that's going to go to the left out on the golf course, So therefore, I'm going to try and play that fade and avoid going anywhere near that hazard. Moving on to the 2-iron then. As I was hitting these shots, straight away, it just felt easier for me. Bear in mind though, I have been playing with this golf club for over a year now. So obviously, the feel's normal, and yeah, I'm not gonna go for a club that I hate, am I? So it's a club that I really do like. So the first few shots straight away were nice, lower draws than the shots I was hitting with the hybrids. However, I did tend to see a few that duck hooked a little bit to the left, but also a few that pushed out to the right. So I was having a little bit of a two-way miss with the 2-iron, which wasn't really good. But then when I started to try and play the lower shots, I absolutely loved it. It's just so easy for me to do with this club. I just found that as I put it in the back of my stance, open up the stance and give it a good old welly down onto the ball, it was producing a really nice low trajectory. Although, yeah, there were a few poor shots in there, not gonna lie. So after that, I decided to move back to the 2 hybrids to see if I could hit the low shots with them, because I do like to play a lot of links courses, and that seriously comes in handy for that low shot. So when I tried it with these 2 clubs here, the normal Stealth Hybrid, I really struggled to get it off the ground at times, and then when I got it off the ground, it went way too high. That's just probably because there's no weight at the back of this club here, so as soon as it gets on the centre of the strike, the dynamic loft at impact is obviously going to reduce because I'm hitting more down on it, but it's going to increase the spin probably even more just because of the way this club is designed. It's designed to help people get the ball up in the air, not for someone like me who can already do that. With the Stealth Plus, I loved it. I absolutely loved being able to get it in the back of the stance and hitting those really nice low shots. However, on the off-centered hits, it didn't perform very well, whereas with the 2-iron, with the off-centered hits, they did perform a little bit better than the off-centered shots with the Stealth Plus Hybrid. However, I was really impressed to see that a hybrid of this kind was able to cope with the demand of hitting a low penetrated shot, as we all like to call them, low stingers. And looking at the feel perspective, obviously my 2-iron, loved the feel, wasn't too sure about the feel of the face off the normal Stealth, although it was very easy to hit, but visually, I hated seeing that hook. Well, it was a pull hook. It was going left and going further left in flight, which is not what I like at all. I mean, no one likes it, of course, but that is the shot that I'm trying to get out of the system, and that is encouraging me to do that more often, so no thank you. But with the Stealth Plus, there wasn't a lot of difference in terms of feel between that one. When I struck them out to the centre, there was a little bit of a more dull sound, which I kind of liked off that club, because obviously you're going to expect that with a smaller club face. So far, after doing these 2 tests on the quad and the range, I was preferring these 2 straight away. The TaylorMade Stealth kind of just went, right, see you later. I decided to take these out onto the golf course just to hit a couple of shots out there on some tee shots to really get a good feel for what it would be like playing with all these clubs on the golf course. And straight away, I hit the TaylorMade Stealth. Not very good. I was getting that pull hook, setting off left and going further left on that hole in particular with the canal down the left hand side and out of bounds. It just went straight out of bounds, and you can see on this video right here now, I decided to just walk away and get the other Stealth out. When I hit the Stealth Plus, you could see that the starting direction was more on my target line, so straight away that pull shot was eliminated. Because of the higher trajectory and me producing a little bit more of a draw bias shape to it, it rolled out of bounds again. The 2-iron on the other hand, I was able to give it a little bit more of a rip, set it down off the right hand side of the fairway and draw it back to more of the middle of the fairway, and that one was the only one that hit the fairway. So the 2-irons left me at this point here, and I'm only just in the outside of the out of bounds. The other 2 that I hit, the first one being the normal hybrid, went well out of bounds due to the offset on the golf club. And the second one, being the Stealth Plus, stayed in its line for quite some time, but because of the undulation on this fairway, it's gone out of bounds again. So the 2-iron's only one that's left me with a shot to play for my second shot to this par 5 6th hole at Lim Golf Club. And I tried it out on a couple of different holes, and I've been playing with these at different points on the golf course, and I found very, very similar results. So I have made my decision on what I'm going to be using this year, and I'm going to be sticking with a 2-iron UDI. I know a few of you thinking, oh no, but I was really hoping you'd change back to a hybrid because I use one, I really like it. Well, stick with it. It's all down to what you like, prefer the feel of. And I just prefer the look and the feel of this 2-iron UDI. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't get a new model. So, comment down below if you'd like me to produce a video which compares this 2-iron UDI to a brand new 2-iron out on the market. Comment down below, come on, I want to see 20 comments down below and I will get this video sorted. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video, I hope you really enjoyed it. If so, make sure you drop us a like, comment and subscribe so you don't miss out on my weekly content coming out on Tuesdays and Fridays. Cheers for watching and I'll see you in the next video.